This is Tramice Nicole here. I'm here with my daughter, Amira. We're going to be washing her hair today. So today I'm going to take you through and show you exactly how I wash her hair. She is of mixed ethnicity. She's half Spanish and half Hispanic, excuse me, and half black. I'm going to be using the Tresemme Thick and Full shampoo. I've had this for a while. I'm just trying to use it up. I'm also going to be using this Tresemme Flawless Curls conditioner, deep conditioner, and then the Pantene 3-Minute Miracle conditioner for repair and protection. She just took out her cornrows, so why are you drinking? Really? In the middle of the video? Get out of here. Men,
I'm thirsty.
she just took out her cornrows, and she will be, she had them in for vacation. Yeah. Okay, good. As soon as it turned on, alright. So first thing we're going to do, the first thing I normally do before I wash her hair is I always part her hair with my fingers, and I put her hair into braids or like section it off. I don't detangle her hair while it's dry because I feel like you get more breakage that way. That's just my opinion. Some people don't believe that. I do. And it's just a lot more manageable when it's wet and easier for her, a little bit less painful for her. So I do 2 parts, and then I normally put like 6 braids, maybe 6, anywhere between 5 to 6 braids in, and I just finger, if I get any knots, I just finger detangle it. No specific pattern. And then as I wash it, then I'll go through, actually instead of braids, I think I'm going to do twists, because twists sometimes just a little bit easier to take out when it's wet. I'm going to just do twists, because that's real quick. You're seeing a lot of shedding from her. She has quite a bit of shedding because she had those braids in for a while. She had them in for actually a month. Yeah, she had them in now for a month, so she's gonna have quite a bit of shedding. Her hair is quite dry. Clip. Thank you. And then I just clip that part away. And then I'm just going to continue to do this throughout her entire head, and I will come back when it's time to shampoo. Okay, so now we're in the kitchen. We're getting ready to wash her hair. I do wash her in the kitchen just because it's a little bit easier now that she's a little bit bigger. When she was little, I used to wash her hair. When she was a lot smaller, like 5 and under, I would wash her hair in the shower or in the tub. But anyway, so I'm just going to start by each section. I'm going to go up this side and then do the other side. I will use the hose, make sure it's not hot. She likes to check the water to make sure it's not hot, too hot for her, because she thinks that my water is too hot. I don't know. And I think her water is too cold. Okay, ready? So I just use the hose, and I just literally just wet each section one by one. And then shampoo. Just drench the whole thing. I'm gonna go in with my Tresemme Thick and Full. I'm just gonna wash this section. So I go through each section and just wash. At the roots only. I don't go to the ends. Anything to cleanse the ends will it will literally get on there, so I don't even have to worry about it. It'll stream down to the end, so I don't wash the ends of her hair. I just wash the roots of her hair. She had a little bit of build up towards the middle because of the like I said, her braids are in for a month, so just wash that really good. Okay, and then once I've shampooed that portion really good, I go back in and I just rinse. So basically I just do this whole process throughout her head, her entire head. I will wash it once or twice depending on how dirty it is. This section seemed to have lathered up really good, so that indicated that this section of her hair wasn't as nasty or as dirty as maybe the top part where her hair is a little bit more thicker at. You gotta excuse my sink. It gets flooded because we need a new garbage disposal. So, and then I go back in and just twist it back up and move on to the next section. This side looks nice and clean. And then I'm moving on to the next section. So next section, again, gets rinsed with water all the way through. Then she gets the shampoo. And I only use like a drop of shampoo. I don't use a whole lot of shampoo. I just use like a drop. And I'm making sure I'm getting her roots really good. Shampooing her roots really good. She got a good shampoo before we put her braids in, but now she just gotta get another one. Same thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for the rest of her hair. I'm gonna make sure that I come back and show you the conditioning process. So I'll come back in a minute. Okay, so I just finished washing her hair. Both sides are completely clean. I did just wash her hair one time because her hair really, surprisingly, it wasn't really dirty. I think she said she had washed it while the braids were still in, so that's probably why it wasn't that dirty. But anyway, so I still have the hair in sections. So what I'll do, I just take a section of her hair, and I like to combine my conditioners. I like to use two, unless I'm doing like a specific deep treatment mask that I want to use. So instead of doing a mask, normally for our weekly or every 2 week wash routine, I do use 2 different deep conditioners instead of a mask. And then masks I do once a month. So I first go in with the Tresemme all the way through her hair. Okay, I run it all the way through from the root all the way down to the ends of her hair. And then I go in with the Pantene 3-Minute Miracle and just put about, I don't know if you can see this, but about this much. Just a little dab or glob of just enough. I am very generous when it comes to deep conditioner. I like to completely lather her hair. Mine too. I completely lather both my hair. I completely lather it in, like, so that it's really slippery. Then I go in first with the detangling comb, wide tooth detangling comb. I got this from the beauty supply store. You can get it from the beauty supply. I I do start from, I go from ends of her hair to the roots. So you'll see me detangle it or go over the same strand a couple of times. So this just gets, basically this just gets the big knots out. The smaller knots, you'll see what I use to get the smaller knots out. And I'm not breaking her hair or anything like that. It's not, I'm not being really rough. Does it hurt?
No.
Okay. Not that I would care, but just kidding. Yeah, so anyway, so I'll just go through, detangle all the big knots out, and then once I've gotten all the big knots, then I'll switch my brush to, actually she got the wrong brush. This is not the brush. This is just a regular paddle brush. I prefer my Demon brush, but this one will do okay. You just have to be really careful because this paddle brush has the little balls at the end, the little notches on the end, so you have to be careful not to snag her hair. So I'll do the same thing, but with this one I will brush over the root of the hair first, and then where I'll get a tangle or a snag is where I'll stop. So I'll stop here, and then I brush the ends out completely. So I'll basically just brush out that little small tangle or small knot, and I'll just go over it a couple times. And then now you'll be able to see that I'm able to comb or brush through quite easily. So it'll just glide right through. And she does have a really curly texture hair. As I said before, she is El Salvadorian and black, so she does have like a mixed texture to hair. I have really curly hair myself, but obviously it's not this loose of a curl. Not sure if you can zoom in on that, but you can see how curly it is. Maybe once she gets to the front, you'll be able to see. Oh, once I get to the front, you'll be able to see how curly her hair is. It's really, really curly. And once it dries really pretty. So once I finish detangling, put it back in the twist. I know it seems like a lot, but I put it back in the twist. Back in the twist so that when I go to rinse, I don't have to re-detangle. So this makes life so much easier. And sometimes when I'm being super duper lazy, or if it's really late when I wash her hair, sometimes I would just leave the deep conditioner in. No one said that you're not supposed to leave deep conditioner in. I ain't never heard it. So sometimes I just leave the deep conditioner in, and in the morning she'll take it out and she'll just wear like a loose twist out or loose curls in the morning time, and we be out. Especially if it's late, because I'm tired. So again, on to the next section. Go back in with the Tresemme. Make sure you put a very generous amount on there. Basically, to measure how much I put on there, if you don't have no leftover residue on the brush after you finish brushing, you don't got enough conditioner. Turn around, baby. You don't have enough conditioner. If you don't have no residue on your brush after you finish detangling, then your hair is dry as a bone. Go back in with the Pantene. And again, like I said, lather it up really good. Get it all the way through each part. Now normally the middle is where she gets tangled the most. The back is normally the easiest, but the middle of her head is always like a bird's nest, especially if it's been a minute since we actually brushed her hair or combed her hair. That's where her hair is the thickest, in the middle, which is actually the same thing for myself. My hair is thickest in the middle of my head. The back of my head, my nape, and the parameters is relatively thin compared to the rest of my head. Not thin like I'm not missing edges or nothing like that, but it's just thinner compared to the middle of my head. like I said, same thing, ends to roots, just for the big knots. Once I get all the big knots out, then I'll go back in with my brush and get the little knots. Do you have anything to say, Mimi?
No.
No! Why not?
Other than this hurt, yes.
It hurts?
Yes.
Oh gosh. You'll be alright. You won't die. You'll be fine. Yep. It'll be over before you know it. How you doing back there, Ed?
I'm the camera woman.
My sister is recording this for us. Does that work? Yes. My sister is recording me and my daughter for us. For me. So that way, because I can't hold the camera. I have a tripod, but I think the camera is too heavy for it. I don't know. I keep falling. Okay, so all the big knots are out. Now I'm gonna go back in with the what's this again? The
Paddle brush.
paddle brush. Yep, paddle brush. Go back in with the paddle brush and get all the smaller knots out. And I do this exact same thing for my hair. So it's not, this doesn't only work for her texture of hair, it works for all textures. I feel like it's the best way, in my opinion. I've done other ways. People have used other ways on my hair, and I'm kind of tender-headed like Amira is, or at least I used to be. And this is the best way. Hands down. See that? See? And it doesn't take long. Did that part hurt? No, just the initial part, I guess. Okay, so this is pretty much it. I guess I'll end the video here. This is it. I just wanted to show you how I wash and condition her hair. I'm going to let her sit under the dryer or just probably walk around because we don't have nothing to do today. So probably just walk around with the shower cap on for about an hour or two. Or if I get lazy in an hour, then she'll probably be wearing it all day because we don't have nowhere to go. And it's sometimes she don't have school tomorrow. So anyway, yeah, so this is it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Say bye, me.
Bye.